So we want to solve triangle ABC. So we have the measure of angle A is 35 degrees, B is 50 degrees, and side A is 7. So what do we do first with these? Label. Okay, so we're going to label. So where is the 35 going to go? Over here by the A, 35 degrees. Where is angle B going to go? Up by the B. It's always warm. Side A. Side A, where would that go?
So are you going to cut that out?
So go to A, go across from A, and label that one 7. Okay. Now, we have to determine what our 3 missing pieces are from this triangle. So what are the 3 pieces we don't have?
C, side C.
Okay, so side C would be right here. So we don't have side C, so we need to figure that out.
But we don't have angle C.
We don't have angle C, so we also need to figure that out. And side B, so we need to figure that out. So those 3 will be our answers. We have to figure out all 3. Okay? Which one can we find first?
The angle? Because couldn't you just add them together and then subtract it from 1 and
Yep, we can certainly find the angle right away because we could add the 2 angles together and subtract it from 180 to find angle C. So 50 plus 35, what's that? 85. So if we take 180 minus 85, what do we get? 95. So angle C is 95 degrees. So we can also add that over here to our diagram now.
Would you prefer us add it to the diagram?
It's probably a good idea because it'll help you set up for your law of sines. Okay, so now we need to find side B and side C. So what you want to do is you want to look at your triangle and figure out which angle and side opposite you know. So which angle and side opposite do we know?
I don't know. How can that be 95 degrees? That's not possible.
The triangle isn't drawn to scale. So which angle and side opposite do we know here? Yeah, the 35 and 7 we know. So that's going to be our law of sines that we're going to start setting up. So this would say sine of what? Sine of 35 over 7. Now, which side do you want to try to find first? 50, okay, so this would be equal to sine of 50 over B. Okay, and now we can solve this for our B. Put that away, you don't need that out. So how can we solve this for B? What are we going to have to do? And how did you get that answer?
I took 7 times the sine of 50 and then I divided it by the sine of whatever the other one was.
Okay, so 7 times the sine of 50, and then we divided it by the sine of 35. And so what do we end up getting for B? 9.3. Okay, so we'll add that to our answers, 9.3. Okay? All right, which side now do we have to find? C. So to find C, we are going to set up a law of sines to find C as well. We're going to start off using the same sine of 35 over 7. We're going to use this one for any law of sines we set up here.
But now we're going to take the sine of 50 over 9.3.
No, we'll take the sine of our other angle over C. So we'd say sine of 35 over 7 is equal to sine of 95 over our side C. So what would we have to do to solve this one for C?
It'd be 7 sine 95 divided by the sine of 35.
Yep, 7 times the sine of 95 divided by the sine of 35. 12.2. So we'll add that over here. And there we found our 3 missing pieces.
Oh, that sucks.
side you set up a different thing.
Yep, to find every side, you're going to have to set up a new law signs to get there. Is that okay? Okay, let's do another one. Can I get a new slide up here? Are you good with this? Yeah? Okay. So this time, let's see, we will solve triangle DEF. Angle D is equal to 70 degrees. Side D is equal to 10. And side E is equal to 8. Okay, so what should we start off with doing?
Setting up the triangle.
Yep, so we're going to draw out our triangle DEF. And now let's go through and let's label what we know. So what do we know on here? Angle D is 70 degrees. So side D, where do I put side D? Directly across. Where would I put side E? Directly across. Yep, so side E here is 8. And then my other side would be labeled as F. So what are the three pieces that we do not know here? Angle F we don't know, side F we don't know, and an angle E. Yep. Okay, so we wrote down what we need to find, so now we need to find it. So last time we had two angles so we could find the third angle right away. Do we have that this time? Nope. So what do we need to find first?
The angle F.
We need to find one of the angles, so we have to figure out which angle we could find. So let's first decide which law signs we can set up.
Find angle E.
Okay, so we can set up sine of 70 over 10. This would be equal to, now take a look, what's your other information that you know on this triangle? The 8, so we're going to have to use the 8. So what would we use in this 8 here? Yep, sine of E over 8. Okay, how would we solve this then to get our angle E?
And sine of 70.
Okay, so 8 times the sine of 70, and then divide it by 10.
And you get, oh, that's wrong.
We get like a 0.75, right?
0.01.
Then the reverse thing.
But then then how do you get your angle?
You put it on negative sign.
Yep, you have to do the sine to -1.
I forgot to hit the second.
48.7.
So we get 48.7. Your book says to round to the nearest degree. I'm okay if you guys leave it to the nearest tenth. Okay, I think it'll probably just be best if we just leave everything to the nearest tenth here. That way we're doing them all the same and we don't have to remember to round things different for sides and angles. Okay, how would I find the other angle?
Just add them together and subtract from 180.
Yep, add them together and subtract from 180. So I have 70 plus 48.7.
What is that?
It was I pushed the button on the side of the marker, so it
48 in.
there we go. What do we get when we add those two together?
48 in. 128.7. 118.
118.7. Yep. Then what should we do with that? Subtract it from 180.
61.3.
So we get 61.3 degrees. So that's our angle F.
That was a really delayed reaction.
Okay. So now how can we set this up? Yeah, we're going to start using the same sign we started with last time. So we'll start with sine of 70 over 10 is equal to What's the only thing we have left to find?
61.
Yep.
Sine of
Sine of 61.3 over f. So how are we going to solve this for f?
Going to go
F times sine, or that
No,
would work. So it'd be
10
times
times-
sine of
1.3 divided by sine.
Yep, 10 times the sine of 61.3 divided by the sine of 70.
61.3.
Did you get it already? No? 9.3. So there we finished solving our triangle. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yes? Do you want to see another one?
No.
You think you got it? Okay.